10 years after disappearing, Emily Carter returned to her small American town of Oak Ridge where everyone once called her a liar. But this time she came back with proof, a dangerous secret, and a plan to expose the powerful man who destroyed her life. Nobody expected Emily Carter to ever return to Oak Ridge. 10 years earlier she had left the small American town in the middle of the night. No goodbye. No explanation. Just a silent disappearance that turned into whispers, rumors, and cruel stories people told about her. Some said she had run away because she was weak. Others said she had been hiding a terrible secret. But none of them knew the truth. Emily had left because someone in Oak Ridge had destroyed her life. And now, she was back. The old pickup truck rolled slowly into town as the sun disappeared behind the mountains. The streets looked exactly the same as she remembered. The diner on the corner, the small bookstore, the cracked sidewalks. But Emily Carter was not the same girl who had left. The girl who left Oak Ridge was scared. The woman who returned was patient. And she had a plan. Emily checked into the small motel outside town. The owner didn't recognize her. That was good. She preferred it that way. She spent the first 2 days quietly watching the town. Burning. Listening. Oak Ridge hadn't changed much. The same people ran the town. The same families held power. And one name kept appearing everywhere. Ryan Walker. The golden boy of Oak Ridge. The successful businessman. The man everyone trusted. The man who had ruined Emily Carter's life. 10 years ago, Emily had been 17. A shy girl with big dreams and a scholarship to a prestigious university in California. Ryan Walker had been 25. Charming. Popular. Untouchable. He had promised to help her with college recommendations. He said he believed in her future. But instead he used her trust. And when Emily tried to tell the truth, Ryan had destroyed her reputation before she could speak. Rumors spread overnight. Lies multiplied. By the time Emily tried to defend herself, the entire town had already decided she was the liar. Even her own friends turned away. Her family moved to another state weeks later, unable to survive the humiliation. Ryan Walker stayed in Oak Ridge and became a local hero. But Ryan had made one mistake. He believed Emily Carter would never come back. The third night in town, Emily walked into Walker's Grill, Ryan's famous restaurant. The place was crowded. Laughter filled the room. Ryan stood behind the bar, smiling like the perfect gentleman. He didn't recognize her. Emily sat quietly at the counter and ordered coffee. For a moment she just watched him. 10 years of anger burned quietly inside her chest. But revenge, she had learned, was not about anger. Revenge was about patience. Emily paid for her coffee and left. The real game had not started yet. Over the next week, strange things began happening in Oak Ridge. An anonymous blog appeared online. The blog had one title: The Truth About Oak Ridge. At first it seemed harmless. Small stories about corruption in town council meetings, hidden deals between businesses, quiet scandals people had forgotten. But then the blog began telling older stories. Stories about Ryan Walker. The first post didn't accuse him directly. It simply asked questions. Why had Ryan been investigated by the police 10 years ago? Why had the investigation suddenly disappeared? Why had the girl involved suddenly left town? People started talking. Ryan laughed it off in interviews. Small town gossip, he called it. But Emily continued posting. Carefully. Fully. Each story contained documents. Police reports. Old emails. Witness statements that had never been shown. The town began to feel uneasy. Ryan Walker's smile started to fade. One evening Ryan received a message. Meet me at Miller Bridge tonight. If you want the truth to stop. Ryan arrived exactly at midnight. The bridge stood over the dark river outside Oak Ridge. The wind howled through the trees. And then he saw her. Emily Carter stepped out of the shadows. Ryan stared at her like he had seen a ghost. Emily, he whispered. She nodded slowly. You ruined my life, she said calmly. Ryan's face hardened. No one believed you then, he said. Why would they believe you now? Emily smiled. That's the thing, she replied softly. They already do. Ryan pulled out his phone, furious. But suddenly dozens of headlights appeared in the distance. Cars. Police cars. Journalists. People from the town. Emily had invited them all. Her blog had become famous over the past week. And tonight she promised them the biggest story yet. Ryan realized too late. Emily had not come back for revenge alone. He came back for justice. The police stepped forward as cameras flashed. The old investigation was reopened. New evidence Emily had gathered over 10 years was now public. Ryan Walker, the hero of Oak Ridge, was arrested on the same bridge where he once thought he had power over everyone. As the police car drove away, Emily looked over the quiet town. The wind moved gently through the trees. For the first time in 10 years she felt peace. The truth had finally returned to Oak Ridge. And this time, everyone was listening. If you enjoyed this story and want to hear more thrilling and mysterious stories like this, please take a moment to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Your support means a lot and helps us bring you more exciting content. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next story.